Good morning, students. In earlier classes, we have discussed about the Fourier transformation, the Fourier cosine transformation and the Fourier sine transformation, as well as the inverse Fourier complex transformation and inverse Fourier sine and the Fourier cosine transformations. Also, we have used the Fourier transformations and the Fourier complex sine and cosine transformation to find some important integrals. Today we are going to discuss about some more problems based upon the Fourier transformations. Now we have to find the Fourier cosine transformation of e raised to minus x square. Find Fourier cosine transform of e raised to minus x square. We have to find the Fourier cosine transformation of a well-known function e raised to minus x square. To proceed the problem, we have to use the Fourier transformation or the complex Fourier transformations. So, Fourier cosine transformation rather, we have to find the Fourier cosine transformation. We have to find the Fourier cosine transformation of e raised to minus x square with respect to parameter p. H by definition, we know that this is equals to root 2 upon pi integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square cos px dx. Let it is equals to I. We know that the Fourier cosine transformation is defined in the integral form as root 2 upon pi integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square cos px dx. If we take this is equals to I, an integral I. Now we see that if we integrate the right hand side, then it is slightly difficult to integrate this one. So first we differentiate this one or use some different method to solve this integral. First we differentiate with respect to p, differentiating one with respect to p, we get di upon dp. Di upon dp is equals to root 2 upon pi d upon dp of integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square cos px dx. If we differentiate this with respect to p. Now in the right hand side we have to differentiate this under the sign of integration. So for this we have to use the Leibniz rule of differentiation under the sign of integration. So using Leibniz rule of differentiation, under the sign of integration, what is the Leibniz rule of differentiation under the sign of integration? If the limits are constants, then the ordinary differentiation, that is d by dp, convert into the partial differentiation under the sign of integration. So we get di upon dp is equals to root 2 upon pi integration 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square, that is rather del by del p of e raised to minus x square del by del p of e raised to minus x square cos px dx. Now differentiating partially, we get this is cos px. Differentiation with respect to p, so this is minus under root of 2 upon pi integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square x sin px dx. Partial differentiation with respect to p of cos px is minus x cos px, so minus this one. Now this can be written as minus 1 by 2 under root of 2 upon pi. Minus is taken inside, so this is 1 by 2 under root 2 upon pi integral 0 to infinite minus 2x e raised to minus x square sin px dx. Now integrating by parts, the right hand side we get this is equals to 1 by 2 under root 2 upon pi. The integration by parts of this one is integrate minus 2x e raised to minus x square is e raised to minus x square. So e raised to minus x square sin px, and the limits are from 0 to infinite. Minus integration 0 to infinite. Integration of this one is e raised to minus x square, and differentiation of sin px is p cos px dx. As we know that the values of e raised to minus x square sin px at infinite is 0, and also at 0 this is also equals to 0. So we get it is equals to 1 by 2 under root 2 upon pi integration 0 to infinite. P comes outside, minus p comes outside, root 2 upon pi integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square cos px dx. Number 2. Now, as we have assumed by the equation first that root 2 upon pi integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square cos px dx is I. So by using first we get di by dp. Di by dp is equals to minus p by 2 into I by 1. Now integrating, this is the differential equation. The first order ordinary differential equation, we can solve this one by separating the variables. So this can be written as di by di is equals to minus p by 2 into dp. Or integrating, we get log I is equals to minus p square by 4 plus log of a. Or this can be written as I is equals to a e raised to minus p square by 4. Number 3. I, which is the cosine transformation, we have to find the value of I. So for this one, we have to find the value of the constant a. Now, at initial conditions, when p is equals to 0, when p is equals to 0, I is equals to a. So the value of a is equals to I at p is equals to 0. So at p is equals to 0, we have to calculate the value of I. So at p is equals to 0, I is equals to under root of 2 upon pi integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square by 2 cos px, that is 0x dx. Now integrating this one, we get this is equals to under root of 2 upon pi integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square upon 2 e raised to minus x square. Rather, this is e raised to minus not x square by 2, this is only x square. E raised to minus x square, e raised to minus x square dx. As we know that integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square dx is a standard integral, and the value of this one is root pi by 2. So this is root 2 upon pi into root pi by 2. H, the value of integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus x square dx is equals to root pi by 2. So this is equals to 1 by root 2. So the value of I at p is equals to 0 is 1 by root 2, and this is the value of a, so this is equals to a. So the value of I that is the Fourier cosine transformation of e raised to minus x square with respect to p. This is equals to a e raised to minus p square by 4. The value of a is 1 by root 2. So this is equals to 1 by root 2 into e raised to minus p square by 4. So we have find the Fourier cosine transformation of e raised to minus x square p is equals to 1 by root 2 e raised to minus p square by 4. This is the required Fourier cosine transformation of the given function e raised to minus x square. Thank you very much.